That's fine. Hi, my name is Ryan, and I got to have the distinct opportunity to grow up with Josh. I've always looked up to him in at least one way. But things that went through my head when I initially met Josh were that Josh was confident. He was kind, and like myself, he tended to act like he knew more than he did, which was like a trait I held in common with him. And so it was really interesting. I think we saw that in each other, and we challenged each other as we were growing up to actually kind of know, try to learn more as much as we can. It was kind of that intellectual level that we really kind of grew through and made us into better people. We first met, I think I was 10 or 11 years old, at a thing called camp meeting, which is this crazy concept where a bunch of people get together in camp and go to meetings. And for sheltered kids in Michigan, it was like the social highlight of the year. You get together and you get to like talk and walk around and just, play soccer and that type of thing. And that's when I first got to really, know Josh, and he was different than a lot of other people. He thought really deeply for a 10-year-old. And we got to know each other really good. We'd walk around, and I was quite tall for my age, and he was average or below so. And we were quite the fun-looking team going around. He got to the point where he got entrusted with more opportunities. He was the IT guy, and he got his own golf cart, and he would drive around, and I would just sit there with him, and every once in a while he would like kick me off when he was wanting to, offer some other, person to ride that looked more beautiful than myself. We kept on growing up. We went to the same academy, which is a boarding high school, and we'd have different talks, and him and I both are procrastinators, so we'd always wait till like the night before we had to give like some sort of speech or talk, and we'd just get in the groove and we'd click and we'd just start talking over different ideas, and it would just all kind of come together. So it kind of rewarded the procrastination in a way. And those were the kind of times where it was really good to go over just really challenging topics and discuss them in detail to try and figure out what I believed, what he believed, and if we had different ideas, we'd debate them over years, it seemed like, until one person won and one person lost. And I have to say, he definitely won probably more than me. We went to Andrews University, and that was a growing experience. You're trying to figure out who you're going to be for the rest of your life. You're learning new things. I remember there was one time where we were at a friend's house and we watched a movie. It was about a kind of sad time in history. It was a historical fiction movie, and the movie the whole time was queuing you up for a possible happy ending, and it was a very, very sad ending. And I was like, this is horrible. And at the end, Josh was like, no, I really like that movie. I was like, how can you like that? It was like a horrible ending. He's like, no. He's like, that's how it really was back then. I was like, wow, that's very mature of you, but I was still distraught. He also, started hiking. We went on our first backpacking trip up in Canada and nearly froze to death. It was cold. We were out in the middle of nowhere. We didn't see a single other person up there by Lake Superior, and we decided, hey, it's late October. Let's jump in Lake Superior off a cliff, 20 miles from the nearest highway, and just see what happens. We were kind of young and stupid back then, but it was still pretty fun. And we kept on doing more things together, and it was always fun to do those things through college, but then as we were applying to med schools and whatnot, I got into one, he went through a process and got into another, and just texted throughout the years and whatnot. Always just was interested in his life and what he was doing. He decided to go into surgery, which definitely was not my first choice by any means, but I'm really happy for him. I think it's definitely fits him well. I wish him the best for sure. He's always been there to call me out when I'm talking about stuff that I don't really know much about. I've certainly done the same to him. So it's watching the wedding today was really, it was just amazing to see. I can see you feel very deeply and passionate about Jenny, and it was a great thing to witness. So I wish you the best of luck, both of you. And to this day, Josh is still confident, and Josh is very kind. And now Josh has Jenny to call him out when he acts like he knows more than he actually does.
Jenny and I go way back, 18 and a half years and counting. We met at Clackamas High School in the 9th grade, and we were both in Mr. Betts's high energy, fast talking, team bonding experience known as band. We became friends pretty quickly from all the pep band games, the competitions, the parade marching, musical orchestra pit, band camp at the beach, and a lot more. Not to brag, but we were the best kind of nerds, which led to be the best kind of friendship. We're both just a little competitive. We have lightning fast reflexes. We dare you to a match of Dutch Blitz, spoons, or Egyptian rat screw. We can play later because I brought the cards. We both love food, and Jenny, your family's sushi rolls were my gateway into full-blown sushi addiction. And I like to think that I got you hooked on cinnamon rolls and baking. But most importantly, throughout all the hills and valleys of life, the joy, the stress, the heartbreak, pushing through the challenges and reaching the milestones, you have been the gold standard of what true friendship is. In med school speak, I don't think high pass is enough. I'm going to award you honors. I'm incredibly blessed to be your friend, and I see you treating myself and others with grace and love and kindness and patience and compassion. These are most excellent qualities for friendship and even more valuable for your marriage with Josh. Josh, take the very best care of my friend. Cherish her and love her more each day, week, month, and year. To the both of you, strengthen one another by laughing together when everything is great, crying together when everything is hard, and praying throughout it all. I wish you the very best for your adventures together, and even sweeter still, the very best in growing together, and that may God will bless your marriage and to a happily ever after. To Josh. And next we have Andrea to perform a song.
Love is not proud. Love does not boast. Love, after all, matters the most. Love does not run. Love does not hide. Love does not keep locked inside. Love is the river that flows through. Love never fails you. Love will sustain. Love will provide. Love will fails you. When my heart won't make a sound, when I can't turn back around, when the sky is falling down, nothing is greater than this, greater than this. Love is right here. Love is life. Love is the way, the truth, the life. Love is the river that flows through. Love is the arms that are holding you. Love is the place you will fly to. Love never fails you. And now we will have the cake cutting ceremony.